10 seconds.
Best of luck.
Check submarine, please.
6.
Yeah, sub's working.
Go to black.
4, 3.
They're not dolls!
Ever hear this? Jack of all trades, master of none. Like if you needed brain surgery, would you go to a general practitioner or a brain surgeon? Obvious answer, right? So why would you go to a department store to buy tires? Ooh, nice.
At Bell Tire, we're automotive specialists with the biggest selection, the guaranteed lowest out-the-door prices, and people who are experts at taking care of your car.
If you need pliers, come here. But if you need tires, there's only one place to go.
Bell Tire.
Nobody beats our selection, and nobody beats our prices.
Hello everybody, I'm the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views on all the episodes I must review. Are we having fun now in the month of March with Lola and Lana month? Well, prepare yourself because we're getting ready to dive into another Lana Loud episode. You oughta know better. This is the 38th episode in season 6 and likely above all the 284th episode of The Loud House. When looking at the title card of this episode, I knew this was going to be a Lana Loud centered episode, but when reading the plot, I kind of cringed a bit. And you can probably guess who shouldn't actually be in this episode when someone else could have been in this spotlight. And somewhat likely, this was a huge big missed opportunity. What is it? Well, let's dive right in, figure out why Lana should know any better not to trust anyone who's just like Mr. Krabs.
It is a Christmas generation. Don't need no money, more sweet.
Oh well. How you doing up there, Hops? My bad, bud. I didn't mean to hurt your little frog butt.
Does anyone even notice how the way Hops actually sounds from how he originally would sound like? Just keep watching the episode and you'll actually figure this out of what I really mean.
Old Red doesn't ride like she used to.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Heavy rain from my cloudy eyes every time you say. Making their way the only way they know how.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tickets to Four Town are like $1 bajillion, and Devin's right here.
And free! Man, that bike is perfect for us!
On the street of a bicycle built for two.
And is it just me, or does that helmet kind of look like the same helmet that she was wearing in Wheel and Deal, one of my favorite episodes from season 4?
$300?
Ooh, ouch.
How many years worth of allowance is that? There's no way we could ever afford it.
Well, look on the bright side. You could actually be riding a bathtub cart around. It's never too late to bring something back that they already did in one episode before, because it could be useful for a future episode. Speaking about that, whatever happened to that vehicle that Lana had in Wheel and Deal? Did it ever get fixed? Because honestly, Lana could have her own vehicle and not ride in Lola's princess Jeep.
Twisting me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round.
Sorry about that, Lana. I sweat a lot when I ride, and sometimes my hands slip off the brakes.
This would be the great perfect opportunity for me to play a Sonic Says in this review.
Come on, Sonic, let's ride.
After I do a spot check, little bro.
After him! Grounder! Did you tighten the belt? Oh!
Kids, get it together. Take care of your bike and give it a regular safety check. Cause if it goes to pieces, so could you.
Don't worry, Flynn. It's nothing that Wrenchy and I can't handle. And finished.
I love to say this, Lana Loud is the better Bob the Builder version. She can mostly fix anything. She fixed a freaking bus and patching things up. And that bike she has, it looks like the exact same bike that was in Ellis for Love. Speaking about this episode, there should have been a certain character in this episode that was from that episode.
Wow, that was awesome! Here, let me give you some of my allowance. Well, see you in class tomorrow.
You know, I can never figure out how many kids would actually know Lana Loud around Royal Woods. Because normally it would be Lincoln, Lanny, Lynn, Lucy, Lola, and even Luna, who actually have more friends than Lana does. But characters like this and Lacey from A Mud Above, how did they even know Lana? And if that girl ever comes back in a future episode, I'm gonna flip. Please tell me I didn't say the character's name who's gonna appear in this episode, who I despise the most. Uh-oh, seen that kind of expression before, and it's giving me some bad vibes of the people who actually made the Loud House movie and that awful live-action movie of the Loud House. Then again, the Loud House movie wasn't too bad.
Hops, I know how we can get that bike. There's gotta be other people in town who need their rides repaired. We can do mechanic work for money.
No matter how perfect they make the episodes, to us they're not really that funny. The only time Nickelodeon gives a shit is the sin, greed of money. Bad example for your daughters and sons. They become outdated like Sims. And don't forget that little yellow sponge.
Our garage. It's perfect, huh, Hops?
That's what the garage is meant to be, like a repair shop, and not just used for storage for cars. Because most people would actually use the garage to actually watch the sports. Oh yeah, there are times I see people that have a couch and a TV inside a garage when it comes to watching football, baseball, and hockey.
I know. We gotta share the space with everyone else in the fam, but we'll make it work.
I don't know about that, because when you say it that way, it feels like there's going to be a crazy shitstorm heading your way. Hey, would you look at that? It's Darcy and Melly, my favorite cute minor characters. They may come back into some episodes, but have you ever noticed that none of them ever talk ever since they debuted? And there should be at least one certain character that should actually be here for Lana. Lisa! I'm gonna kill that toupee scientist.
David Steele to the rescue!
You clumsy little fool.
Too tired there? That joke is so below me, I apologize. Then again, seeing that many tires reminds me of the movie Jumanji.
Flip too hard, damn it!
Oh, this is not working, Hops. We're never gonna make enough money here.
It could have been worse. A lot worse.
Not a bad plan, my frog man.
I don't know what you said, but I'm pretty sure it's something people get neutered for.
But I still find his ribbons a little bit off. It sounds like he's just trying to speak more instead of doing his usual ribbon like he did back all the way from season 1 through 3. Then partly season 4. So Lana and Hobbs go around the whole entire Royal Woods putting up flyers to try and find a good garage where she can actually get some work done.
God damn.
Whoa! Giant door.
Giant door, as in fee-fi-fo-fum?
Fee-fi-fo-fat, I thought put it at.
Sorry.
Old motor oil stain. Spare tires. Wait, does Flip have a garage?
That depends on who's asking.
And speaking of not giving a shit about performance,
You ain't working for Big Bill's underground muffler ring, are you?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But I'm just looking for a garage to do some repairs.
This used to be one, but it ain't available on account of it being Nacho's raccoon cave.
Good fuck. That is so like an 8 or 9-year-old that gets extremely pissed off over the littlest things of losing to a video game. And trust me, if you play a video game so long without getting any sleep, you're never going to get laid in the future. And there's a video in the description about this too.
From subtle changes in behavior to serious health risks.
Thanks anyway, Flip. I guess we'll have to find another place to make money for that new bike.
This would not take a 3rd grader to fucking figure this douchebag out. Seriously, this fat fuck hasn't even learned a fucking lesson from a Flip, Miss Carol. He's already been dragged into hell. And I wouldn't be too damn surprised if Disney actually has this kind of guy running around their studio trying to force them to buy Universal Studios. Which I hope they fucking don't.
Wait! Hey, hold your horses there. Shut up!
And you fucking dipshit!
It's just a damn game, you idiot.
Garage is all yours, Loud, under one condition.
Knew there's a catch to it.
I knew it was too good to be true.
You gotta cut old Flipperoonie in on the profits. I'll even teach you my 50 Filippini tactics for a better business. Deal?
I got a little secret for you. Come here. No, closer.
I don't make deals with dude sticks.
God, I hope not. Because if I did, we'd both be in a lot of trouble.
Deal, partner.
Survey says...
Ooh, I oughta...
There you go, that's so much better. It should be Lana's garage. And I wouldn't be too surprised if she did have a garage in her future. I mean, when you think about it, she's good at repairment and she's good with the animals and they can actually help her out into the garage. Then again, the animals she have, they may not be around because we all know how animals' lifespans are. But still, her having her own garage and having some animals help her out, that's like killing 2 penguins with one big ass stone.
What's the problem, Mr. Spokes?
It's the strangest thing. My car's been making this weird buzzing sound.
And the only reason for making a buzzing noise that I know
of... It's honey.
And the only reason for being a bee is to make honey. reason for making honey is so I can eat it.
Bees making honey. This Tom Tucker bunny.
I'm not even gonna question myself, why were bees actually making honey inside Rusty's dad's car? Hell, I'm not even a honey person.
That'll be 50 for parts, 50 for repairs, 50 for the cold compress, 50 for the calamine lotion, and 50 for our bee feed.
Old cheap bastard.
Oh, that cheap ass.
I swear how the way they make Flip feel in this episode, it feels like the people in the Nickelodeon studio are just the same way as he is. Flammonizing derailment's never gonna fucking change, is it? Fucking charging somebody that much.
What's the deal with that bogus fee?
It's not bogus, it's business.
Business? Bullshit my ass. It's more of a fucking scam. And I thought Harvey Weinstein was actually worse. And myself, I'm pretty much aware of scammers too. And I would know one if I am ever looking at one. Especially when one of them's trying to friend me. Try to scam hack me or any of my Loud House gang crew members. I will report you without hesitating. But Lana gets the money from Bob Chapek and still does this damn dirty business with him.
My hog's on the fritz. Me and Bernie were drag racing around the Sunset Canyon lot and it seized up. Eat dust, Bernie!
Survey says.
Watch where you're going, stupid!
Shit, yo, bad if you weren't racking up too much of the mileage on that damn thing. Maybe it never would have got fucking busted.
We'll get her back up and humming in no time. Good, because the open road is calling and Mama needs to answer.
You know, some kids may not be smart to catch on of what goes on in this show, but I can assure you that some of us can actually learn something, especially from Scoots.
What is it? Don't die?
So baby, give me that. Let me get that. Running her hands through my fro, bouncing on 24.
Looks like the fan belt is shredded. We're gonna need to get a new one.
Yeah, I got a better idea. This costs us nothing, and we can still charge Scoots for a new fan belt.
You know, Scrooge McDuck may be stingy, but at least he puts that aside and actually thinks about what he cares most about. And the new and improved DuckTales actually proves that. And I know for a fact, Scrooge McDuck would never do business with Flip. Freaking belt like that is gonna fix this? Fuck you, fat bastard. At least Scrooge McDuck has some common sense. It doesn't hurt to spend some money.
I don't know, Flip. That sounds kinda unfair.
Listen, kid, I've been doing this since before you were born.
I'm gonna kill him.
I got something way better than that.
See? Works just fine. Always listen to your pal Flip.
No! I don't trust you!
You and me both. I don't trust this fat bastard either. I wouldn't even know who's worse, Bob Chapek, Harvey Weinstein, or is it Bob Iger? But one's in jail and the other one got fired last year. And I'm hoping the ticket to Disneyland will actually be less expensive. I can't Flip is actually doing this to somebody who actually helped him get hooked up with his long love interest since middle school. Well, at least when he fucked his chance up during middle school.
The chain is rusted through.
Oh, that's all Mare Bear. I told her we need to stop off-roading.
By the way, if you listen closely to both of the twins here, Greg Griffin may actually do great as sounding exactly the same when she's doing these two, but there's a slight bit of difference in one of their voices. When one of them actually sounds a little thick than the other. No caboose joke intended.
Oh, you got a big ass!
Oh! What the fuck?
Anywho, just give us a buzz when she's ready for pickup. We'll be riding our spare in the meantime. Ta-ta!
These two are a real treat. They should actually join the circus, and I hope Luann is actually still hiring for funny business. I wonder if she still actually has that as a side gig, along with her working at the Burp and Burger.
Huh? Flip, stop!
Oh, the dang pedals on this thing are broken too.
What? No, they're...
Told ya!
That was really uncool, you know.
ONEHUNDREDSEVENTYFIVE. This is totally getting out of fucking hand here. Flip is very much unlikable. I thought he would change after a Flip miscarriage, but shit, he should have actually been dragged to hell for not changing his image. Lisa could have left his fat ass right in that science facility, and then all our problems would be over. I say Dr. Leonidas was actually doing the right thing, and I regret so much of her dying into space.
Flip, aren't we just, ripping him off?
Heck no! I'm doing them a favor.
And what favor you be doing for them? Stealing, cheating, scamming, lying, sleeping with Mr. Baldhoffner's girl?
Hey, I'm kidding. Relax.
See if you're paying attention.
Flip.
Look, we got a good business going here. You want that new bike or not?
Get out of there, Lana, while you still can. But as blind as she goes like she did in Snow Way Out, she continues to do business with...
How's it going, Mr. Fox?
Little savage.
Silence, you savage!
Well, that ought to teach you!
Oh, you know, the missus and I are taking the quintuplets to Dairyland today. And
Feels like these two haven't got so much of a fucking wink of sleep. Must be the case of Mrs. Fox is how the way she squeezed all 5 of those little bastards out. Seriously, how many times do you have to actually get fucked in order to have 5 kids come out of you? They should have hired a super nanny to actually take care of these kids so they actually get enough sleep. And I was expecting a lot more from Mrs. Fox to look so thick and busty looking.
God damn, Jimmy.
But, okay, it took you guys that long since Sitting Bull to actually make the characters? Guess they can't all be designed perfect as we picture them.
Flip, what are you doing? Mr. Fox asked for a simple tire rotation.
What did you do?
Hey, I got a feeling that after their little trip to Dairyland, Foxy's gonna need some new spark plug.
You dick!
You're a crook.
What?
This is illegal.
Not okay.
Hold it, Maylinley. I got something way better for this fat sack of shit.
Now I have to hurt you.
And I just gave one of the YouTubers their wish.
Why's that?
Cause he ain't got any.
As I started thinking about this, it reminds me so much of the movie Matilda. This awful, really loud house show, and I wouldn't be too damn fucking surprised if they had Danny DeVito being Flip. Because these two seem like they're that kind of character. Especially when Danny DeVito actually directed, he helped wrote, and he even acted in the movie Matilda.
Do you make money? Do you have a job?
No, but don't people need good cars? Can't you sell good cars, Dad?
Listen, you little wiseacre. I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Now we just gotta put in some temporary replacements.
Marshmallows? Really? You're really looking for that one-way ticket to hell in a handbasket. If someone were to do me dirty like that way, I would beat them with a rubber hose.
Wait, you can't do that! Use this beef jerky instead. It'll fit better and look more like spark plugs.
Hey, good call, partner.
Survey says...
God damn it!
Lana should have left when she got the chance to do so. Now Flip's poisoning her mind with greed and selfishness. And I know for a fact Lana's going to do the right thing in the very end.
8, 299, 300. We officially have enough for the bike, Hops. It will be mine. Oh, yes, it will be mine.
You'll be mine. Mine!
I don't know about you, but that may sound a little dark to me, but then again, it's real cute, especially when I see those hearts in Lana's eyes. They're so adorable. I wish I could just see Lola with those kind of eyes. A girl is really cute when she shows love like that. If Luna does those kind of eyes, I'm going to squeal. Uh-oh, remember that Sense 5 when you're doing dirty deals with Flip? That should have been on the #1 spot of the Law of Royal Woods. Never trust Flip.
Something's seriously wrong with the van. It smells like burnt beef? Oh, sorry, gang. Don't think we're making it to Dairyland today.
In 2, 1...
Ooh, bunch of action figures with lifelike tears. By the way, am I the only one who feels so weirded about the Fox Queen triplets not acting like a bunch of savages?
Killers at the core. They're different from us, which
means they can't be trusted.
We must sound the drums of war. Like they were before earlier in this episode, in Coop's dream, and even Sitting Bull. Hell, one of these Fox Twin triplets got so emotional in Lori days. And now all of them here are shedding tears.
Oh man, that's all my fault.
Oh no, Lana, this was never your fault. This was Flip's fault. You should have never trusted him in the first place. But there's one person who you could have turned your attention to, and I'm going to talk about him after this review.
Scoots is loose! And that too.
I thought she always liked her scooter like that. She'll be alright, I'm sure.
Hey there, foxes. Let me take a look at that van for you.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, you got a spark plug issue.
God damn it!
Do you realize what you just done?
Oh, great. I guess I'm paying for more repairs now. Sorry, kids. Pizza dinner is off this Friday.
Oh no. Not having pizza for dinner on a Friday night can really hurt somebody. Even the Fox kids.
Change the channel, turn the dial to a place that's wild on. Take over, here's your chance. There is nothing you can't do More than trees, more than fly, more contest you decide. All your favorite shows return. They're so hot that they burn. Oh, heavy, man. On the TV, it's your destiny. Fox Kids, Rock Skids.
Get my radar gun.
We're taking over.
We're taking over the TV.
I'm taking over Fox Kids.
I'm sorry, that's what I'm going to start calling these little guys. Well, with Lana having $300, she makes the biggest sacrifice to help fix everything she did of what she should have never did in the first place.
I'll buy you new spark plugs.
Really? Why?
Long story short, I took some bad advice.
Why are we even listening to this big fox stick? Can we just detach his head, please?
But I want you to go to Dairyland today and have pizza on Friday. Just bring the van by 1216 Franklin Avenue.
This is what I love about Lana Loud's episodes. She is willing to be the honest little girl that she's supposed to be. She might be a gross, smelly, worm-eating grease monkey tomboy, but she is a very good damn character compared to Luna. Even Lola's on the same ship as this, like she was with Community Service and Crown and Dirty. And ironically, both of these twins gave up the money to actually do something right in the very end.
Okay, the foxes are off to Dairyland with new spark plugs. Scoots is coming by to get her new fan belt put in, and you left voicemails for Mr. Spokes, Cheryl, and Meryl, right, Hops?
100%. Recalibrating response model.
I'm not too sure if they can understand frog Latin, but it just kind of feels weird of having a frog almost do anything, especially when you can't ignore the logic with Snow Way Out.
Once we fix everything, we'll work on getting that new bike the right way. No more dishonesty.
That's a good girl. That's a very good girl. Lana Loud has had some average and some really very good episodes. I can't think of a single one that's actually that bad. Speaking about bad...
Hey, I thought we were partners. I showed you how to fleece that clown hair guy, cheat that scooter gal, and lie to those twinsies. And this is how you repay me?
No, but this is...
Whoa.
And that's for giving me expired orange juice, fucking bastard. And you may want to take a good look behind you, because I'm not the only one who's extremely pissed off with you.
Get him!
Come on, Elwood. Let's get him! You know, I'm almost kind of feeling sorry for Flip. Almost? Get a fucking life.
Well, they might hurt him, but I don't think they'll kill him.
We can only hope.
And that was You Oughta Know Better. Now, all I can just say, this episode was a hit and miss to me. And by that, it's a hit because it's a Lana Loud focused episode, but it's a miss because there was a big missed opportunity for this episode, which I'll get to in a moment. The execution of the story kind of works, but then again, it doesn't kind of work because Lana Loud's actually trying to get a new bike, and who does she turn to actually get more money for it? Of course, Flip. As if we haven't already established that she should have ought to know better not to trust Flip with any dirty dealings because she knows how he's such a Bob Chapek cheapo bastard. She would already know better not to trust this guy. Hell, none of the Louds should. So she opened up a business to work on people's transportation, and it turned out Flip is the only one who tries to make things a little bit much cheaper, as if I was picking up a bunch of vibes that I've seen from Matilda. And it did have a bit of a vibe of Coop Dreams. There's also a bit of interns for worse since Lana was actually working with Flip, as we all remember with Clyde and Lincoln actually working with Flip before. But there was a huge big missed opportunity for this episode for being a Lana Loud focused episode. This would have actually had the character Skippy from L is for Love. I mean, Flip was only around here just for filler. They could have actually done something different. Hell, and then before this episode even came, I actually wrote an episode on this with Lana and Skippy. But the story that I kind of wrote with Skippy and Lana, it did kind of feel like it was intern force, but they were not against one another, trying to buy a bike that they both were actually wanting to have. But in the end, when Lana was getting ready to buy her bike and she was seeing all the customers that were having trouble with their transportation, she uses her money to go and try and help them out, and Skippy ended up buying the bike. Lana gets a little upset that she actually saw Skippy actually buying the bike, but Skippy comes later on and actually cheers Lana up, and he actually ends up giving her the actual bike that she was willing to have, and he takes Lana's old bike and he actually fixes it up to make it feel good for him, and they both bike off into the sunset. Somehow I think this would have actually worked, even though it does kind of feel a little bit repetitive, but at least I added something new to it. Especially for another character for Lana to interact with. And it had nothing to do with Flip in the actual episode. It was on DeviantArt for a few months, but when the episode actually came by, nobody actually stopped and actually read or left any comment on the story that I actually wrote. So I took the episode I wrote down. Because I think Skippy would have been very interesting in this episode instead of Flip. I don't know why they killed off so many characters from L is for Love or from season 1. Mainly because somehow they couldn't find the right voices for some of these characters. And they only did it just to give all the Loud siblings a love interest. But I think I might have figured out what Skippy's voice would have sounded like. If you could take a wild guess with this one.
We changed the family motto, Grandpa. Sumo Slammers slammed down 5 in Helsinki. We flew on my grandpa's private jet just to get it.
Still not getting it? How about this?
Playing catch for 100 and billions of times just ain't that much fun no more.
Oh, that's right. Kate Susie as the voice of Phil would actually be the right voice for Skippy.
I don't know. It might have been a person, or it might have been something else. I didn't stick around to find out. I just know I never want to see anything like it ever again.
And imagine Greg Griffin and Kate Susie actually voiced 2 twins in a Nickelodeon show. Kate might have to change her voice a little bit, but can sound a little close to like Phil. But anyways, the episode, it's still passable, and it's still Lana Loud in the center. I can't give it too much of a bad rating because it's Lana Loud, and she does learn her lesson in the very end, which I hope she never trusts this old cheap Bob Chapek bastard again. I don't know who thought of this episode, but it could have been so much better if Lana spent more time with Skippy. It is what it is, and if they're listening to this review, I hope they bring Skippy back for a future episode that has Lana Loud in it. This has been the Loud House Critic, and next week's episode review is the big one.
In the loud house, duck, dodge, push and shove, it's how we show our love. In the loud house, one boy and 10 girls wouldn't trade it for the world.